I'm gonna show you how to do a drop fade that is so textured and clean, it's worth your client paying $250 for. First step, I'm gonna be walking you through how to keep the right amount of weight on the sides and on the back. Step 2, connecting your flawless fade to the top using shear work. And if you stay to the end, you'll see what a haircut can really do for a man's confidence. So the first step I always start off with is always sectioning, because sectioning will create that really nice canvas for us to work with. Doing a horseshoe section, I'm going to go from his crown, I'm going to section it right there where the hair wants to lay. Once I've got this horizontal going this way, I'm going to do vertical connecting to the recession point right over here. So we're going to just lift this up. See how this hair wants to go down, these hairs wants to go up. So we're going to connect it there to there, just like that. Boom, anchoring right there, and then just combing all that down. That's my horseshoe section. Grab my clips, section right there, boom. We are ready to start our V burst fade. I'm gonna come in with my clipper closed and then start off right here. See how it starts to curve right here? I'm going to go right there, just about there. And then I'm going to wrap that all the way. This is where his C cup starts, right? I'm going to go just below that a centimeter, right around centimeter right there. And then connect that from here to here. Bang, that's how you create a very nice symmetrical shape. I'm going to continue that same line all the way down, and watch where I do this, right? I do this literally right where the neckline is, because I literally don't want to take this fade behind his ear too far, okay? I'm going to refine this line, and boom, that's my first guideline. Notice I didn't go all the way down, because if you go down too low, it risks the line here going very light. Next step now, one guard, slap that on open. I'm going to make a thick line right that big. So I always make my guideline first. So that's how thick I want it. Now I'm just going to continue that all the way down like this. Boom, right, match it. And I'm continuing that all the way down. I'm going to do this so you can see what I mean. So we have a nice consistent bar right here. And the reason why this bar is so thick is because you want the middle of the fade to be the thickest. Coming now with the 2 guard, I'm going to slap that on, always starting open. I'm going to just come in and attack that line. And as you can see, it's already coming out and it's coming in really nicely. I'm just going to get rid of that line right there. And then now what I'm going to do is I'm going to close it now, bang, and further go under. Because every time we close a blade or go lower on a guard, we make sure we go under what we just did. So this system is super like foolproof, right? With this fading system that you realize when watching this tutorial is that it has a combination of fading up and fading down. So right now we are fading down. Everything we've done so far is fading down. Now the next part is fading up now. So we're going to come with the open. Remember how we went centimeter? We're going to go just right there. That's going to be our fading up now. So see how we're going up to the fade now, meaning that like we're starting at a lower guard and we're going up now. So I'm just going to do this so you can see the angles. And that's the thing about high ticket barbers, is that we make sure that you see every single crevice and every single angle to maximize your understanding. So let's go into our next step with the half guard. And as you can see, I'm using the wall guard and I'm going to go one close. The reason why the wall guard is so good is because it's super universal and it's a true half guard, okay? I'm going to attack that line that I set in by coming in and angling up this way, okay? So when I angle up this way, I'm fading the hair in as well, okay? Because all these right here, they are fading the hair, and then all these are taking out the line. So pay attention. Right now, do you see what I mean now? See how it's fading so effortlessly? So when you understand the angles of the blade and angling your clipper the right way, you're able to do 2 things at once. See, I'm taking out the line as well as fading it in. See that? I've only got one pass through it and it's already fading out. I'm going to do the same thing. See how down here? I'm going to do the exact same thing, right? Boom, just like that. So now I showed you the top way, right? Where this is taking out the line and this is fading. Now I'm going to show you this way. Let me show you the difference. By doing this way, we are only taking out the line. This is touching nothing. The corner is only touching the blade. So this is fading, this is taking out the line. So now with this technique, I'm just going in back and just using that corner to take out any dark spots I see. As the hair stops like cutting, you can't hear the hair being cut anymore. We're going to close it now, bang, bang, and attack those dark spots that we see. Boom, a bit here, a little bit here. And then I also see this line down here. So I'm going to just tilt his head and take that right there. Just like that. I'm using the corners effectively. Barbers think they use the corner like this, but they end up touching their hair up here, making the fade go higher. See how this fade is so blurry already? That's how to do it. So my next step now is I'm coming in with my trimmer, right? My hard trimmer. So this is the one that I use to line up. And with the hard trimmer, I'm coming in and I'm lining up everything first. So the first thing I'm going to line up is the back area right here. I'm going to come in and line it up. So let me share some gems with you on how to actually line up this neckline efficiently. So what barbers get wrong is that they line up right here and thinking that, oh yeah, that's fine. And then the whole shape is off and then it starts looking weird and then there's no definition to it. What you got to do is you got to lift up and see where his true growth pattern begins. So this is his neck hairs. We're not looking at this because that's inevitable. We're going to look at where the hair starts here. So roughly the line actually starts here. So we're going to go a little bit higher, but we don't want to go too high where there's so much regrowth down here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to map it out for you. It's going to be like right here. So I start right here, boom. And you really want to just softly tap because the neck area is the most sensitive. So now that I've created my nice lineup, I'm going to just debulk all of this now. Right, boom. I'm going to do the same thing for the other side and then I'm going to mark my position in the middle and then the point is roughly right here. So I'm going to start right there because I've already made my guide on the right side. I'm going to do this for this side as well. So even though the other side is not done yet, lining up first before you do any detail work or fading work is super useful and actually change the way I cut hair is because lining up the canvas brings out all the imperfections. So let me give you an example. I'm going to line up this right here, the vertical bar. I'm going to come into where his hair actually starts to grow. So he has a bit of an overgrowth, like a bit more hairs here, but the true hairs start to form right, boom, there. So we're going to do, you could say, a professional pushback. Right, boom, boom, right there, right? So he has a lighter edge and that gives us more reason why to line up first so then we can make sure we keep that dark at the end. So now I'm going to just debulk this. I'm going to come in now with the shaver. I use the FX3. These are super underrated and they're actually better than the gold FXs. I'm just going to go under that line and then I just go up to it and then I come down. So I went up, now I'm going to go down, all right? Our final step of this fading process is the clipper close now. We're going to come in and get rid of this faint line. And this is exactly what I mean by training your eye. You guys, a lot of big barbers would just leave it like this, leave it with the line right there. So I'm going to just tilt his ear down and I'm going to attack this faint line, right? Some of you guys may see it and some of you guys may not. If you do see it, that means you're training your eye. And this is what we help with in high ticket barbers is that we help you to train your eye, not only in your haircuts, but also in your marketing. You can have an editing eye, you can have a haircut eye. So I'm going to finish off the bottom line first, which is the first guideline we did. And you see how because we started this guideline of the V real wide, right? Meaning real wide this way, it allows for us to shape how we want that V to go. A lot of barbers, they take it like this. And then they take it all the way back, making his V super narrow. We don't want that narrow look. We want a nice balanced look. So we're going to take out that last line now. Remember that technique I showed you guys where you can angle your clipper? So I'm detailing now through fading and taking out the guideline. But when I want to take off just the line, I go this way. See that? This way is to fade in. This way is to take out the line specifically. So now that I've taken out this line right here, I'm going to now analyze and see where the dark spots are. So I can see that there's a line like dark spot right there, one here, and then a little bit here. So we're going to attack this one first because that's the most prevalent one. I'm estimating this to be a 0.5. Right, I'm going to snap that on. I always start open when detailing, and I'm going to attack that. Right, just using my corners, attacking that dark spot that I showed you guys, and then I'm going to close it now, bang, bang, and come in, just go under what I did. Now, that line is nearly gone. You almost have to be a perfectionist at this. You have to like think, how can I achieve the best product at the end of the day? Now we're going to attack the next spot. We're going to open it, come in, and just attack that dark spot. Boom. See how it's slowly already coming away? Now, the last dark spot I see down here. I'm going to come in, take that. Right? And then using that technique that I told you guys will help in every single area of your fading process. Because using your corners, it's a lifestyle. It's a fundamental, meaning that you can use this same technique of angling the blade a certain way to manipulate how much you cut off. It can be used on a guard, can be used on even a clipper over cone. Just finish detailing the curve, and just like that, we are done with the fade. So you can have a really nice fade, but if it doesn't connect to the top, it doesn't matter. So what we're going to do is, you see how harsh this line is? A lot of barbers, they leave it like this. They make the weight line super harsh. So the way to combat this, right, is you're going to over direct all the hairs, very simple, all the way to the side. You're going to grab that, put my middle finger in, grab all of that. Those short hairs right there is the hair on the side. So we're just going to match that. Right, and you want a lot of tension. Tension is basically all the hairs that you're grabbing. And the greater tension you have, the more control you have. And when you have more control, the more even the hair is. Okay, so I'm lift that. See that? That hair right there is the hair on the side. boom. And I'm going to connect that all the way to the front. And when I reach the front, I'm not going to go straight. I'm going to angle out just a little bit because we don't want to have his corners weak. Now, when I mess that up and I do a nice gradual, see how it like really nice layer. So when I actually blow dry this, and I'm actually going to teach you guys how to style this, it will be super nice and textured, give it that really nice look. So we're going to do the same thing for the back. So I'm going to just section it a straight line, going to comb all of this, directing it forward. And when you direct it forward, you can really see how harsh this weight line is. We grab it, a lot of tension, lift up, see where the hairs are. That's the hair on the side, cut. Continuing that all the way. And when I'm continuing this in a V shape, so see how it tapers down, so it gets longer to shorter. So I'm continuing with that shape of the V. So when I rough it up like this, as you can see, super nice texture. So I'm going to teach you guys now how to style this. So it starts off by using a diffuser. Now you just want to roughen it up, right? I'm putting my hands through and roughing it up. And barbers get this wrong where they think that they're just like going like this on the hair. That does nothing. Right? It's your hand that does the volume line. I'm just gonna rough it up, run my hand through. At the end, I'm going like this, putting my hands through, scrunch, and then like whispering it, okay? So he also wants the front lined up, so I'm going to just put it on cold heat and then just blow it down. Put it on low heat as well, right? And I'm just going to comb the front down, but then keep the volumized here, right? So I don't want to blow the middle, I just want to blow the front. So then all those hairs can lay down for me to line it up. So we want a lot of bulk on here first, so then later we can come in and take off the bulk we require. A lot of barbers, what they get wrong is that they try to get rid of the bulk first, and then they realize that all the bulk that they needed to line up is gone. So then they have like inconsistencies. Even though right now it looks real bulky, we can come in after with our texturizing techniques and our bulk removing techniques to thin out that area to make it look super nice and flush. Okay, so now that we've got it lined up, I can use my razor right here. This is a feather razor, and see where he has like very harsh spots. For example, right here, and here we want to keep, because this actually looks real light. Like you guys may not notice it, but I have this eye that I've trained to understand where to actually cut. And I'm just going to take those areas where it's super thick. So then this can have a nice like texture look whilst he has that nice like lined up, and boom, just like that. See how this is matching this now? Just like that, we created the front textured crop. I'm going to teach you guys now how to style his hair. Use a texturizing powder of your choice, and you're just going to sprinkle. Every texturizing powder is the same. I'm going to just literally scrunch his hair, and I'm doing this motion right here. Going in, scrunch, and then out to create that volume. So I'm just coming in and finishing that off. Now, the last step of this process, going to use some hairspray. This is glued. Now we're going to freeze everything up and lock it in. And this is where the styling begins. Little taps. And once we sprayed in those little taps, we're covering his face because we don't want our clients to have an uncomfortable experience. At the end of the day, it's a service. So I'm going to come in, and this is where the magic begins, okay? The magic in styling. This is what makes your haircut pop, right? We're going to add a lot of character. Styling is a powerful tool. We're coming in and we're literally like fine-tuning every single strand to make that look even curly almost. All right, cool, my guy. Appreciate you, bro. So it's 300 for the haircut and beard. Appreciate you, bro. Man. My guy.
Thank you.
My guy. Sweet, bro. And then it's beard and then haircut is 300 as well. My guy. Appreciate you, bro. My guy. Boys, take it easy, yeah?
Thanks for the
my guy.
brother.
My guy. Take it easy. Peace.